Now Jesus is going to explain to them what they should do instead, how they should act differently than the people who do their charitable deeds. They blow a trumpet, they do a big fanfare, they let everyone know, they call the papers, they let everybody know how tired they are from all what they've done. So everyone says, oh wow, you're doing so great. Look what Jesus says. And Jesus is so amazing. He says, but when you do a charitable deed, this is verse 3, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Now, this could very easily be the most illogical statement Jesus has ever stated. And again, Jesus is speaking hyperbole. Because, I mean, how is it possible? Think about it. Both of your hands do whatever your brain tells it to. And have you ever caught yourself doing something with one hand that the other hand didn't know about? You see why it's kind of illogical what Jesus is talking. But see, Jesus is a brilliant teacher. Jesus knows that by saying this, everyone's going to think, what is he talking about? But think about what he's saying. Jesus is saying, rather than do your good things so that people would see you, do it in such a way, if it were possible, that even you wouldn't know what you were doing. Jesus is saying, do your charitable deeds in a way that is completely lacks self-awareness. It kind of, the idea is that what Jesus is saying is that he wants us to do it in such a way that we have utter ignorance or a total lack of acquaintance with ourselves. We'll never do things and think, I am such a good person. That's what Jesus is saying. He's saying, do the things that you never being conscious of how you should feel about. That's the ideal. And I'm not saying that, listen, if you right after church or something goes on, and there's an opportunity for you to do something, and you realize that, you think, oh, I'm going to be a good person. Still do it. But the idea is that we do things without the awareness, without the brain saying, when I do this, I'm going to feel like I'm a good person. Does that make sense? So Jesus said, the hypocrites do it so it's all outward, and everybody knows, and they get all the glory. And he's saying, really, I want you to do everything that you're not even conscious, you're not even thinking about your own glory. You're not even concerned with how it's going to be perceived by yourself or anybody else. Do it in such a way that you lack complete self-awareness about it. That your left hand wouldn't even know what your right hand is going to do. You're just not conscious of each other. Charles Spurgeon said it this way, keep the thing so secret that even you yourself are hardly aware that you are doing anything at all praiseworthy. Let God be present, and you will have enough of an audience. And that's the truth right there. Whatever you do, let God be present, and you will have enough of an